Hello everyone, welcome back. This session is part of 60 Days of Data and AI powered by the community. And if you haven't already, go join the fun. Lots of sessions like this one, all from practitioners actually doing the work. Let's get into it. Hi, I am Parul, and today I want to talk about something a lot of us in this community have quietly wondered. Does passing DP600 actually prepare you for a real fabric project? I put that to the test, literally, and I wanted to walk you through exactly what held up and what completely fell apart the moment I opened a real database. So here's how this started. I passed DP600, badge and all, feeling good, feeling ready. Then I opened a real LMS database for a project, and for about 10 minutes I just stared at the schema. Didn't touch a single table, just stared. Let us set the stage. Learning management systems generate some of the messiest, most complex event data you will ever work with. Every click, every quiz attempt, every video pause, every H5P interaction, it's all creating a row somewhere. And half the time it's a table you didn't even know existed until the moment you needed it. So the project build a star schema on real LMS data, specifically Moodle. And Moodle doesn't do anything small. We are talking about 200 plus tables to explore just to get your bearings. Here's the thing nobody tells you. Knowing star schema theory and actually building one from the production LMS are two completely different skills. That gap, that's where most of the real work happens. Not in the modeling canvas, in the discovery phase, because you have even drawn a single relationship line. Let me be very specific about what the exam just doesn't cover. There are three big ones. First, reverse engineering messy schemas. No exam question ever asks you to figure out what quiz attempts actually means and why user IDs are scattered across 6 different tables. That's on you every time. Second, source system cogs. LMS platforms have their own internal logic. Enrollment periods, attempt retries, grade overrides. Understanding the business behind the data is a skill the exam simply doesn't test. And third, data quality at the source. Null timestamps, duplicate records, and rows. The exam assumes clean inputs. Real databases just don't give you that. So now I don't want this to turn into the exam is useless, because it is not. DP600 is a solid certification. It is just a test, a very specific kind of knowledge. So let's flip it around. Let's give the exam its due and go through exactly what stuck and what didn't. DP600 covers 4 domains, and understanding that scope upfront helps you prep a lot smarter. Plan and manage semantic models. That's your solution architecture. Governance and admin mechanics. Explore and analyze DAX, performance tooling, query optimization. Prepare and serve, data pipelines, security patterns, data flows, and modeling theory, storage modes, and relationship threads. Through all of it, let's break down which parts actually transfer to real work. Starting with governance and admin mechanics, and honestly, this is where the exam feels more practical. This is vocabulary you will genuinely use in real conversations with stakeholders. Tenant settings and sensitivity labels. Who can do what at the organization level, and how data classification flows through your environment. Workspace roles and deployment pipelines. Development to test to production is not optional on a real project, and the exam makes sure you know the mechanics cold. And capacity versus per user licensing. True story. I could explain F64 versus F32 SKU before I could confidently write a production data flow. Next is semantic modeling theory. The exam goes deep here, not just how to build models, but how to think about them. And these concepts come up constantly in design reviews. Star versus Snowflake. When to denormalize and why it matters for query performance. Composite models. Mixing import, direct query and direct lake inside a single model. And calculation groups plus field parameters. Dynamic measures and user-driven report navigation. All genuinely useful. All things I lean on regularly. Storage mode. This one deserves its own moment. Storage mode trade-offs. It is one of the most heavily tested topics on the exam and also one of the most practically useful. Import, direct query and direct lake. Know these words because you will be making this call on every real project you touch. Now DAX and performance tooling. The exam doesn't just test whether you know DAX syntax. It tests whether you know how to diagnose problems when things go slow. And that is genuinely useful bar. DAX Studio. Query execution plans. Server timings. Measure analysis. Tabular editor, bulk editing, calculation groups, advanced model management, performance analyzer tool, the native Power BI tool for catching slow visuals and queries, and query folding plus incremental refresh, pushing transformations back to the source, which is the critical one. You are working with real data volumes. Row level security and object level security are table stakes. Everyone expects you to know them. Viewers can end up unable to see the semantic model item at all, and that one surprises people constantly. So pulling that all together after prep, here's what the exam genuinely builds: muscle memory. 4 exam domains giving you broad coverage across planning, modeling, analysis, and data prep. 3 storage modes: import, direct query, direct lake, and when to reach for each. 2 security layers, RLS and OLS, working together to protect data at the row and object level. And 1 big reality check. The exam gives you vocabulary, it does not give you production experience. DP600 is a solid foundation. DP600 teaches you how to talk about fabric. Real projects teach you how to ship it. You need both. Here are the 4 takeaways before we get into the project itself. The first one is use the exam as a study map. The 4 domains are a legitimate checklist for what you need to understand, even if you never truly actually sit the exam. Second is governance knowledge pays off fast. Tenant settings, licensing, security patterns, these come up in real stakeholder conversations almost immediately. Third, tooling fluency is a real prize. DAX Studio, Tabular Editor, Performance Analyzer, worth learning regardless of whether you are certifying. Fourth, paired certificate preparation with hands-on projects. The exam gives you the map. A real data set gives you the terrain. You need both to navigate. Okay, let's get into the actual project. Messy MySQL, no multiple choice. The goal is to build a proper star schema in Power BI for LMS engagement analytics. There are 2 source tables, quiz attempts and H5P, which is H5P interactive content table with different grain, different columns, and honestly a different meaning of what even counts as an event. The exam teaches star schema theory just fine. What it does not teach you is what to do when your fact grain is ambiguous. That's exactly where this project lived. Problem 1, that is 1 fact table, 2 very different event types. 1 fact table, 2 very different event types. This was the decision nobody grades you on. I chose to unify a single fact activity events table, combining both event streams using table combine in Power Query. After shaping each source to a common schema. Think about that for a second. Every exam question hands you a pre-shaped single grain fact table. Real projects just don't. You have to make that call yourself and then live with the consequences of it. Problem 2 is query folding dies silently, and this one genuinely humbled me. What the exam teaches you is, do you know query folding exists and why it matters? What the project actually tests is, can you catch it silently breaking 3 transformation steps deep? A single column split or a type conversion in the wrong order, and suddenly you are pulling the entire table into memory before any filtering happens. I didn't notice until I was elbow deep in course module completion joins, wondering why everything had ground to a halt. Problem 3 and 4, and these go together, schema drift and the fact that there is no best answer. The exam mentions rename as an isolated fact you memorize. In the actual project, I was renaming and adding columns mid-build because my first pass at the dimension tables didn't match what the unified fact table actually needed. That iterative back and forth model, discover a mismatch, alter the source, repeat, and is something certification can simulate. And here's the bigger one. Multiple choice always has a right answer. Real modeling does not. I had to justify why fact activity events made sense. For report simplicity, for a unified student engagement timeline, knowing full well it added complexity back in Power Query. That's a trade-off conversation. That's the actual skill. Let's put it side by side. DP600 taught me vocabulary, grain, folding, storage mode, when to use direct lake versus import, the theory behind star schemas, governance mechanics and RLS patterns, how to read a performance report. The project taught me judgment under ambiguity, how to defend a modeling decision, where query folding actually breaks in practice, iterative schema design in the moment under pressure, and honestly, the simple, humbling fact that no one hands you clean data. Both matter, but they are not the same skill. Now let me give credit where it is due, because the certification did get some things right. The vocabulary to reason fast. I knew what grain meant. I knew what query folding was. So I could diagnose problems quickly instead of starting from scratch. The instinct to think about storage mode early, thinking about direct lake and incremental refresh upfront instead of bolting it on at the end when performance tanks, and governance literacy that actually applied, setting up RLS, sharing the lakehouse without over-granting workspace access, that part transferred directly, no translation needed. So if you are prepping for DP600 right now, do the prep. It is genuinely useful groundwork, and I am not telling you to skip it. But go find a messy real dataset before you call yourself done. Moodle schema is public. If you want a similarly painful and genuinely educational practice run, and drop a comment if you are a Fabric certified and you have hit this exact same exam versus reality gap. I want to hear about it. And that's the session. DP600 gives you the map, the vocabulary. A real project gives you the terrain. You need both to actually navigate a production Fabric build. Thank you for watching.